Yo, what's the deal? It's R Dotta, checking in from Charleston, South Carolina, and I'm on Industry's Most Wanted. Bam.
Swung by on the car phone, niggas looking. 6 pots on the stove, everybody cooking. Jet life over hoes, fuck how you took it. I'ma shoot you straight, bro, everybody crooked. Wrist was large, but we took it. We not pussy. 61 Impala hydraulics and new bushings.
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast.
Most
Big Industry's Most Wanted, not the little one. We got Charleston, South. Yeah, not the little one, man. Shout out to R Dotta checking in from Charleston. What's going on with you, fam? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Give me some love. Boom. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on. We got a lot to talk about. But give us like a brief introduction of who R Dotta is.
I mean, you know, like I said, I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. Port City, some people want to call it, man. We just trying to break our way into the industry, man. There's a lot of artists down there. There's a lot of good talent. We finding our way in there. And me and myself, man, I like to consider myself as one of the premier artists from Charleston, man.
Just out here doing your thing.
Just doing it, man.
I love that, most definitely. Let's take it back before we get into everything that you got going on right now, because you do a lot of stuff. You got new music on the way. You're out here in ATL today. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, it was my pleasure. It's my honor to, you know, it's artists like you that makes this possible for me. So I appreciate you. But taking us back to your childhood, right? You grew up in Charleston?
Grew up in Charleston, for sure.
Take us back. We'll say 10 and under.
10 and under.
Lil R Dotta. What were you like?
Man, I would say I was a pretty smart child.
Yeah.
But also I like to fight, even still. So
Hold on now. Who you was fighting? Other kids at school?
Other kids, older kids. I would defend kids from bullies and stuff all the time.
Now that I could stand for.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you know, but I was also kind of quiet, so some kids thought they could come try me,
you. Yeah.
That wasn't going down. But, you know, I was in honors classes a lot, too. I'm in honors classes almost my whole life. Went to college and everything, too. 10 and under, and, you know, just going back and forth. I lived in Jacksonville for a little while. I lived in
Duval
Texas.
County?
Yep. Orange Park. I don't know. I was like 3, so I don't know. And then we lived in Texas for a minute, and then, you know, but Charleston. West Ashley, to be specific. Yeah,
so Charleston's really, really home for you. Even though you moved around a little bit, that's your home base. And that's where you're currently located.
Right, correct.
Were you into sports or anything like that?
Very much. I'm supposed to be in the NBA right now. I'm supposed to be in the NBA / Power Ranger if I went if I went with what I wanted to
do. You should be a little comedian on the side, too. No, that's fire. When did you start playing basketball?
Officially probably like 4th grade, but I've been playing my whole life. I was decent.
Yeah.
Well, football really took me further. I ended up playing in well, I didn't play, but I was on the team at Charleston Southern, which is college.
Yeah.
And then, so that stopped back in 2014.
Okay.
Yeah.
What took you away from playing sports?
I have a heart condition.
Oh.
I found out. Yeah, I redshirted my freshman year. Actually, this is 2013 I stopped. I redshirted my freshman year. Still got to travel and, you know, practice and all of that.
Yeah.
And then going to my sophomore year when I officially made the roster, we had physicals. And, you know, working out and everything, I was noticing that I not black out, but things will go dark. I could still move around. And, you know, they asked me a question about that. I gave the answer. And
that was about what age?
20.
Okay.
Yeah, and they said, nah, you have this thing called SVT, which is basically my heart beats fast. Faster than what it's supposed to.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you have to take any type of medication to regulate that?
Nah, I had like a little procedure for it, an ablation. But they couldn't find a spot, so I kind of just live with it.
Really?
Yeah,
because I know that there's those ablations. Women can get them done for female-related stuff. I never knew that they could do that for a heart condition.
Yeah, so, you know, I went into the surgery. They had to insert something like from my waist on up. And then I actually woke up, too, because they send an electric shock through you.
Wow. During the procedure?
During the procedure to kind of like make your heart beat.
Wow.
So they could try to find where they want to go through the ablation at, and they couldn't find it.
Wow.
So
you're just have to basically make lifestyle changes.
Yeah. You know, it's can't stress out myself too much. Don't go work out and be crazy. It's just like a constant adrenaline rush.
Understood. It is, absolutely. So it's like you have to just do stuff in moderation. Do stuff in moderation, just making them lifestyle changes. What about like dietary changes? Was that important to do?
Just recently, I decided, cause I got the heaviest I ever been. I was like at 255. I didn't like that. But that's
okay. I'm still trying to get rid of my.
You look good though.
Thank you.
So recently, man, I got back in the gym, doing like a little boxing, kickboxing and stuff. That's man. Dope. Trying to drop weight. I want to get back to 230.
Yeah. Listen, losing weight is one of the hardest things you can do, but even harder or more difficult is keeping it off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had lost like 63 pounds before the pandemic.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, I didn't gain all of it back, but I gained some. So now I'm back. I have bulging disc in my neck, and I have an autoimmune disorder that causes like inflammation in my body. So like,
is it sarcoidosis?
I have Sjogren's syndrome.
Okay.
It's very similar to lupus. It attacks your joints and stuff. And along with that, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So it's like I constantly have pain in my body because there's inflammation. Yeah. So it's been difficult, but I pushed through. So for a long time, I was scaling back from going to the gym because I was in pain all the time. But my doctor said that's completely the opposite of what you should be doing. You should be going there to try to strengthen your muscles and get them joints moving and stuff. So I don't do anything crazy. Like you said, I'll go in there and lift moderate weights. I like doing like cardio type stuff. I go hiking and stuff like that. And that has definitely helped. So yeah, we just have similar situations where we just have to make some lifestyle changes.
Yeah, in the past couple pandemic, that kind of messed up a lot of people's plans. But then, like, I went and got a job. I was driving trucks, man, and making a delivery. A lady hit me with her car, so that sat me down for 2 years too. Gosh. So I'm in the house all 2020, 2022 through like really a few months ago.
Man. Well, you look good though. You out here doing your thing. Most definitely. Absolutely. It's just ironic because we never know. Looking at someone, they could look totally fine, but we don't know what's really going on with them. That's why I tell people it's so important for us just to be kind to people because you don't know what they're going through.
Be kind and enjoy your life while you have because it can be gone like that.
That is facts. We probably both have lost people that we care about in an instant, whether it be something tragically happened or maybe they got sick and died fairly quickly. It's difficult. So yeah, every day on this earth, live it to the fullest, man.
To the fullest.
Be kind to people and love ourselves.
I was put God first.
No, that's
if you put God first, everything else gonna fall in line for sure.
Let's talk about that for just a moment. Are you spiritual?
Yeah, for sure. Do
you have like a testimony of since you've really, been putting God first in your life, how it's helped you, if you don't mind sharing?
Man, so I actually got baptized. I was like 7 or 8 years old. About 8 years old, man. And I remember, I'll even go back further than that. This is my dad, and I don't think you heard this story.
Yeah.
We was living in Texas. I was like 2-3 years old. I remember, going to sleep, I had a nightmare. There's a bunch of eyes just staring at me.
What? Whoa, that is a nightmare.
And I didn't know what that mean at the time, and fast forward today, like I'm doing shows and everybody looking at me. But I got baptized when I was 7, and I remember one night I had like another nightmare.
Yeah.
And I think I had an encounter with, the devil or demons or whatever, saying it was going to kill me or whatever. Man. And I was like, well, I was scared at first.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, you know what? I know I got Jesus on my side. I know I'm going at. Go ahead, kill me. I'm 8 years old saying this.
Wow.
And
way ahead of your time.
Yeah, and I tell this story to everybody who's like struggling on whether they believe in God or not.
Yeah.
Or struggling whether they want to get baptized, whatever. I'm not here to force anything on you, but you get baptized, your life isn't going to become easier because now you open to all the different attacks.
That is facts.
And from that point on in my life, I've lost so many friends and family members, whether it be like we said, tragic events. Like in 2021, my best friend got killed.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
And he was just a long line of other friends getting. I had friends get killed since like middle school.
Yeah, it's difficult.
In different trials and tribulations, and you just makes you lean in and trust God a little bit more. Because in all those different times where I could have went down a separate path, I just trusted God a little bit more, and I was able to go down a different path and see more success if I went down the other path.
Absolutely.
I don't necessarily believe I'm supposed to be in this room right now.
People have to figure out what works for them per se. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't go to church every Sunday,
right?
But I go to church every day, if that makes sense.
Right, I get that. Yeah, for sure.
I have a personal relationship with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Okay, and I'm like you. I don't try to push it on people, but I try to make people aware how much it can improve our life. Like before I moved to Atlanta, I got saved because I was like, I want this clean slate. I came out of a toxic relationship that was slightly abusive, and I was like, I don't want to carry that with me onto the next chapter of my life. So when I got saved, like it was almost like I was cleansed. I just felt almost brand new again. And that's what got me through those situations. So I'm with you, man. Like anybody out there that's struggling, don't be afraid. You know, start and try to build your own relationship with whoever your higher power is. It's important.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Listen, this is the best decision I ever made. I love it out here. I miss my family, I ain't gonna lie. Because I have no family here, but I've made some great friends. I have industry family. You know, we family now.
We family now, for sure.
Definitely. So you got out of high school. When did music come into play? Was it during high school or after high school? Oh,
yes. You brought up Public Enemy before.
Yeah.
So I tell people Chuck D taught me how to rap. So I was like in 4th or 5th grade and wrote my first rap. It wasn't really crazy. But my mom bought me like a bunch of old school raps, CDs, Public Enemy, LL Cool J.
I'm bad.
No, radio. The radio.
Okay.
So, Chuck D taught me how to rap. I listened to it takes Nation of Millions to hold us back, like from here to Louisiana one time. And so that's 4th or 5th grade. 8th grade, me and my best friend I was just talking about, we remixed Wipe Me Down.
Okay.
Performed. That was my first performance ever. We threw money in the crowd and everything.
At high school? At like a school performance?
8th grade, yeah.
At a school performance though?
Yeah. In high school, you know, I took it a little bit more seriously, you know, because me and him were rapping, plus another friend we're all rapping together in the group. I learned how to record myself. I didn't do it well at the time. But if you friends with me on Facebook, you can still see and hear all those old songs. Yeah. And but I say for real, like taking it seriously, like putting out my first album and it actually going to a studio in 2019.
Okay. Yeah. I like the fact that you left that older content out there because to me it shows your growth and how much you've gotten better at what you do, that you've stuck with it. It speaks a lot for you as your character and, you know, your discipline as a man.
Thank you.
Because you stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? There's some artists I'll ask, I'll be like, hey, can I go back and hear you? No, I took all that down. I'm like, why?
No. I mean, I took down a couple.
I mean, maybe some of them, but leave a couple up there so people can really understand your growth. So let me ask you this. When you first started back around age 11, then fast forward a few years later to when you really started taking it seriously, what are some of the major things that you worked on and changed about yourself as an artist during that time?
I was more of a punchline rapper, you know, and it, to me it got kind of corny. No offense to the punchline rap, because it's a lane, but it got corny for me to do. Yeah, because I don't particularly like rapping and using like and as. You know, I think it takes more maturity in your pen to explain something in a metaphor as opposed to doing it as a simile. Right. And then, so 2019, it kind of got into like more of the metaphoric type rapping. And then I was always like kind of decent at storytelling. Yeah. And as we get into like this album here, like it's more, I can tell a story more effortlessly than, you know, just rapping, you know? And I put out a project called Season 2, and I kind of told a story or more of a realer rap, speaking about different things in my life, and a lot of people gravitated to it. And I was like, oh, so this what y'all like? Because they resonate with it. Yes. So that's how you get that. It was called Goldie. Okay. The song Goldie. And then all my projects after that, you know, is except for one, is an expansion of the song Goldie. That is dope. So your actual creative process, are you a writer? Like I'm talking pen to paper, or you do it typing it on your phone? How does it come together? I gotta listen to a beat and I'll go in the shower or, you know, use the bathroom. Man stuff. Yeah. And I'm writing in my head, and then the only time I write it down is if I'm done writing it in my head,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to make room in my mind for another song.
Understood.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you record yourself, or are you going to a studio?
No. So shout out Twin D. I've going to Twin D for years, but this last project was recorded with Costello Studios in Somerville.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's near where you live at?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Somerville is like 20 minutes away, something like that.
Got you. Understood. Any desire to ever have a setup at your house where you can record yourself and then maybe send it off for mixing and mastering?
It used to be.
Yeah.
But one of the changes we were talking about, like trying to change and mature as an artist. I just wanted to be an artist.
I got it. Understood.
I don't want to record myself. I don't want to make my cover arts anymore. I don't want to. I don't want to necessarily just be my manager anymore. I kind of want to just be an artist, write music, and collaborate with other people on that. Not just work with, but like collaborate with them, collaborate with a manager, collaborate with an engineer, collaborate with a producer.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then having at your house, you're constantly feel that pressure to make music.
Yeah.
I don't want to just always feel pressured. I want to be natural,
Absolutely, because I see a lot of artists that do exactly that. They put too much pressure on themselves, and then they start to fall out of love with the process because they're getting frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Because they're putting so much pressure on themselves. Like you said, when you do everything, you're doing the graphics, you're doing this. It's like you just want to be the artist and focus on that portion of it, and then allow other people to handle certain things. We have to delegate work sometimes, and it's okay.
I think it kind of waters it down too, because God might have blessed you with the talent to make the music, but you're not a graphic designer.
Right.
That's not what He gave you the gift to do. But if you go connect with a graphic designer, and you might pitch a little bit of ideas, of course, too. But now y'all collaborate. Now it's God makes things that's when you're married, two become one.
Absolutely.
Nowhere else in math that doesn't happen.
No.
It's supposed to be impossible. But you get married, two become one. You collaborate with somebody, two minds become one.
That's facts.
So.
Oh, that is absolute facts. You are absolutely right. You've been doing music for a long time, taking it seriously over the last 5-ish years or so.
Yeah.
What are you enjoying the most about being a music artist?
Oh, man. The whole thing.
Yeah.
The process of it. The finding beats. The performing. Maybe performance is the top one. Just by edge, but like the whole thing. I love this. This is what I love to do.
Yeah. It's your passion. Mm-hmm. What is your purpose through music?
My purpose? See, I was thinking about this on the way over here. I put it to you like this. I don't particularly know if I'm gonna be like the level of, like, let's say like a Drake, Kendrick, all of them. That's not I don't think that's necessary for what I have to do.
Yeah.
But as long as I reach like a constant success, like, guys like a Currency or West Side Gun, or even, like Tech Nine, he's out there.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. And then Nipsey Hussle too.
Man.
And be that spook who sat by the door. Like, I know all the information, I have the talent for it. I don't have to be the mainstream big top 3 artist, but I'm constant, I'm consistent, I'm respected.
Yes.
And I have the knowledge that I could pass down to somebody else, and so they can reach that same point. If not where I'm at, then further than where I'm at. But it's not watering down the game, watering down the industry.
Right.
Like, I don't want to say like a gatekeeper, but I want to be able to help and shift the culture.
Absolutely. You're doing this because it's your true passion.
Yeah.
There are people out here who do what you do, what I do, only for the clout, only for the fame, only for the clicks and the likes, and that becomes corny to me.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like you. I don't necessarily have to be the top radio personality podcaster in the world. I like where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, it comes organically. We're not forcing it. We're in a good space mentally with doing it. So I'm with you 100% on that, because I feel like if you do get into a Drake or a Lil Wayne position, the pressure's really going to be there.
Yeah.
Look at Drake, always, not that he's starting it, but there's always people now beefing with him and stuff. I don't want to deal with that kind of stuff.
Defending yourself.
Yes, there you go.
I was just talking to my cousin about this, man. Well, not talking to him because he's incarcerated right now, so I'm emailing him back through JPay.
Shout out to JPay.
Yeah. And he was asking me like, when you get out, you want to get into music. He asked for my advice or whatever. And I said, look, if you want to do it, study the business side, but you can't study it as this is a hustle. If it's a hustle, you might see some success.
Yes.
But if you study it and look at it as this is my craft, the gratification you're gonna get from it is priceless.
That is facts. It's something you cannot buy.
You can't.
That's funny because I have a video that I'm going to post later today. I'll be trying to do sometimes little inspirational videos. And I was talking about how relationships put you in places that money cannot.
Yeah.
And it was exactly that. You get that gratification by just building that solid relationship. And you can walk into rooms that you can't buy your way into.
Correct.
And it's the same kind of concept that you were talking about.
Man.
Yeah, that exactly right. Let me ask you this. Speaking of JPay, I don't know, maybe you do or do not know this, but there are distribution companies out there that can distribute your money through the JPay system. So the people that are incarcerated can actually purchase it because they can purchase music, kind of like, how they do
like
through
iTunes, kind of
like iTunes, but it's through the JPay system.
I've been trying to figure that out. I was actually I saw someone come on YouTube Shorts or whatever, and I had to DM somebody. I've been trying to figure that out for a little while right now, specifically for him.
There is a company.
Since January, actually.
I'm gonna get the information for you. Shout out to Neef Buck, one half of the Young Guns from Philly. That's my family, man.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Can't stop, won't stop. Yeah. So sure. Neef and I have worked together for many years. I helped him with some of his album releases and stuff, but he was distributing also in the JPay system.
Yeah.
He was making a lot of money because them prisoners, what else do they got to do but listen to music and work out?
Yep.
So he was using a company, I can't remember the name, I'm gonna find out. It was called Urban something, and it was at that time was the only company that distributed to JPay. I think there's others now, but I'm gonna research it and find out for you.
Cool, thank you so much.
Absolutely, yeah, because I think that the type of music that you're putting out would be good because a lot of them guys have life and they're just probably in there and family's not really talking to them, so they turn to music as that therapy for them.
And then, man, the guys incarcerated, man, of course, man, it's supposed to be rehabilitation and all of that, but I really wish we could change like the prison system a little bit more. They need to be in touch with the outside world, and I think if nothing else has shown that, it's a lot of guys getting busted for being like on Facebook, Instagram. They're not in touch with the outside world. That's a whole different thing. That's a whole different type of imprisonment. You don't know what's going on outside. You lacking information.
Right. They're trying to suppress them from the world. And we are, as humans, we're wired to be social. That's why there's social media and there's social gatherings. That's just what we need, human interaction, and not just people that, your cellmate, you know what I'm saying? Because you might not get along with that person, or they could have did something way worse than you. I agree with you. I think that they should have a little bit more freedom to be able, maybe not somebody who's in there for killing 10 people or whatever. That's a little different. Regulated.
I think that might be the problem.
Yeah, but someone who's in there, maybe they just have a simple drug charge or something. They're not a bad person. They're not out here hurting people. They should have more, what do we got to do to fix that?
Some kind of leniency. I don't know if leniency is the right word, but like it has to be something that we can. But I don't know what we call it rehabilitation. We're not doing it for a lot of people.
Man.
It's
the system is weird.
Yeah.
And that's not that I like to cause trouble, but that's one of the reasons why I don't do anything to get myself, because I don't want to wind up in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm very proactive. I think about every move I make before I do it. Do you live by that as well?
Of course.
Yeah.
Me and my wife not get into it, but we it's a positive get into stuff because, like I said, she's an artist. Like she's a visual artist. Like she's a muralist.
Oh, that's dope.
I'm a music artist. She takes more chances than what I do. She's the impulsive one. I'm more the calculated one. And when we get into it, sometimes you gotta be calculated what you do. Sometimes you have. So yeah.
That's why they say opposites attract almost, because you balance each other out. Correct. Like you said, you're more calculated, and she's more like let's go for it.
Let's go.
Yeah, but you guys balance each other out. Me and my significant other the same way. I'm the more let's go, and he's more like let me think about this first and strategize and But I do, when it comes to certain things, I do sit down and I'm calculated with it that I know could potentially affect my life or someone else's life.
Right.
You know, it's important. We have to definitely do that. I know a couple of your musical influences we talked about, of course, Currency, which you got the record with him. Fire record.
Thank you.
Kendrick Lamar, which I love him.
Yeah.
JayZ, of course, is one of the GOATs. All of them, you know, are all three of them are very dope artists, but they're also slightly different. What is it about those three in particular that really inspires you?
I'd say, man, kind of sort of like the mystery of it all.
Yeah.
You know, they're not, you don't see them doing a whole lot of interviews, you know, and Kendrick doesn't pop about money as much as like JayZ or Currency does.
Yeah.
But he speaks more, it's still the food you need. You know, food for the soul, of course, with the To Pimp a Butterfly album and all of that. And the creativeness of it all, you know, Kendrick is a true artist.
Yes.
Same way how I think Hove is a true artist and Currency is a true artist. Currency's very consistent. Hove is very consistent in what he does. He might not drop albums all the time anymore, but when he does say something, people stop and listen.
Yes.
Currency drops his albums all the time.
Yeah.
People stop and listen. Kendrick doesn't drop all the time, but people stop and listen. You know, it's no wasted words with them.
Right. Absolutely. That is inspirational because it's like they have that essence or energy or aura about themselves that draws people into them. Like you said, they walk into a room, people are going to feel their good energy.
Yeah.
Then they got something to say, people are going to stop and listen because it's powerful.
Whether they like it or not. I know the internet kind of hates JayZ now. That's kind of weird.
It is very weird. It's like, how do you hate someone you don't even know?
No, who knows?
It's just very weird.
Hope, and I think Currency is like a branch off the whole tree. Kendrick might be a little bit, but what was Kendrick's first song? Don't Kill My Vibe, right?
Yes.
That got popping. Who he had feature on the remix? You know, JayZ.
JayZ, and there's another song. What is it? Let me look. Another one. Excuse me. Let me look at this real quick.
Cool.
So, what one is it? Oh, it's probably buried in my phone. But yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, them two like minds come together and make phenomenal music.
All the time.
So let's talk about the Scarface record that you have. Featuring the one and only Currency. It's kind of probably like a no-brainer of how you chose him because you just explained he's an inspiration for you. You know, he's very consistent. How did that record come together? Well, let me elaborate just a little bit. Did you create this record in having it in mind that you wanted him on it? I'm
gonna tell you a very funny story. So last year, I got chosen to do. It's a big festival in our city called Tour Fest. Shout out to Matt Monday, and Currency was the headliner. I was one of the openers. Cool. Got to meet him, talk to him. I try to give him like I had an album called We Only Live Forever, so I'm giving him something to listen to it. He said, "Yeah, hey man, like if you gave me the USB where I would have played the whole thing, blah blah blah." He said, "How many projects you got out right now?" I told him. He said, "Hey man, send me something for the next project." I'm like, "Oh, where?" I said, "You serious?" He said, "Yeah, man. I got the video and everything." He said, "Send it."
That's fire.
I got his assistant's number and all of that. So we went to the studio. This is like at 12 o'clock at night. Went to the studio like right then and there. Went recorded a whole nother song. Sent it. Never got it back. Never got it back.
Don't tell me he was blowing smoke that first time.
Yeah, never got it back. I was able to get this song, this verse. It was I bought it third party, to be completely honest with you. And
a lot of artists are doing that through their producers.
Yeah. So I got it like that, and
like I still got it.
Yeah, I still got it. You know, I went. And I think our vibe is pretty similar. So I went and rapped on it, like, you know, told a real story. And put it out. And my difference, I think, because other people might have got the same verse.
Yeah.
By how I did it, I still got in contact with Musa and everything, who was his manager. We got the whole record cleared by the label and everything.
Beautiful.
I got the exclusive rights to it. I can send this anywhere. I can register this with BMI. I can keep promoting. I can put this on the radio and stuff like that. I can clean it up and do everything I need to do with it. I might not get the video,
right?
But it's on my Spotify, and we got a lot of thousands of views.
No,
and
facts,
streams.
because
it's doing well. It's doing well for me. So yeah, I had a friend who did that with a Lil Wayne verse as well.
Oh yeah,
and now he signed to Empire.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine he's in Illinois, and he's got a few records. He's an artist that I've done work with. He's got a few records where he got his verses through third parties. He got a Rick Ross one, he got a Boosie one, a couple other ones, and he was same thing. It took him sometimes a little minute to get it clear, but he was able to do that so he could distribute it. Is there a clean version available for this record?
Yeah, I do. I got the
Send
clean
it to
version.
me. Send it to me.
Okay. I got you.
Yes. No pressure. Whenever you get a chance, send it over. Because like I told you, I'm on FM out here 5 nights a week. Let me get you some exposure, because they gave me the blessing to be able to play independent artists, as long as it's clean, obviously. Yeah, most definitely. That's fire. So, hey, Currency, he still got it.
I love Currency. It just taught me a little bit something about the music industry. But I am going to get Currency, like in the studio on a song, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
And it's like, I understand, because guys like him get busy, you know.
For sure.
Get busy. Sometimes they do come through, because I have a very similar story. I had an artist I was working with probably like, gosh, I want to say 8, 9 years ago. I'm friends with Warren G. I've known him for a long time. Shout out to the Regulator. And he's like, Tampa, send me an open verse on one of the artist records you're working with. I'm like, for real? He said, yeah. I sent it to him, and he, like, within a couple of days had it back. I was like,
that's cool.
He came through, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes they do come through, but, you know, we get it. They're busy.
Yeah. It wasn't no love loss. It's like,
of course.
I understand. This is the music industry, though, you know?
Perhaps you could do like a visualizer for it, like, you know, one of those lyric type videos. That way, you know, there's some form of a video out there, because people like those, and then you can always chop it up and make shorts with it. YouTube shorts, reels, you know, you don't have to necessarily. That's
actually a good idea. I had a thought about something just now. I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, because I tell artists, when you put an actual music video out, you don't never want to put the entire video like on your Instagram. That's for YouTube purposes.
Yeah.
If you have a 3-minute video, you can chop it up into 20-second clips and put it as reels, and now you've got content for like a few weeks. You know what I'm saying? Post one a week or something like that, because we're in a content era, right?
For sure. And you got like I don't post a whole lot on my Instagram, and maybe this how I decided to brand myself. You're not really going to see a picture or anything on if it's not professionally
Understood.
You know, I don't like just doing whatever. And I think that makes more of an impact, too. Whenever you do things, it's a big deal. I've seen, like, even on my story, if I don't go a few days without posting, if I post something on my story, now you see a bunch of views, as opposed to me just consistently posting on my story.
Right.
You know?
Right. They say with your stories, you got to like let it expire, let all the ones expire, wait a day or two, and then post again, and then you're going to see. Also, what I've been getting a lot of traction from is, you know how they have those templates on the stories where like you add to it?
Yeah.
I've been doing those, and I've been getting a lot of traction, because people go in and click on the other ones. Yeah.
I think too, because you got a good profile picture.
Yeah, that makes a difference too. Yeah. All that matters. It's like clickbait. All that definitely matters. What are some of the other things when you take music out the equation? Are there other business ventures that you're pursuing?
So I do have my CDL, but I'm technically disabled right now. And I'm getting my real estate license next month. So,
congratulations, that's a big move.
Thank you.
That is fire. Okay, so let's dive into that a little bit. I know obviously music is like number one for you. Real estate, is that something that you want to eventually start doing full time, or is that going to be like a secondary hustle for you?
Yeah, like secondary. I'm real big on wanting to take care of my family.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just got married last year.
Congratulations.
Man. Thank you. Now we're expecting a kid. So,
that's even more. Congratulations. So your first?
Yeah, my first, for sure.
That's big.
I want to make sure that we straight. Matter of fact, the reason why I got my CDL, I was like, I want to make sure I could take care of her. So I went and got it. And then like a couple weeks later, I proposed to her.
Aww, that's what life is about. Whether some of y'all want to admit it or not, love is love, man. We need love in our life. Just like we were saying, people need that human interaction. For these people out here talking about, I don't want love. Y'all crazy. It just makes you feel good to have a significant other that just supports you, uplifts you, balances you out, like we said. Now when is the baby due?
January 19th.
Oh, that's a blessing. Yeah. Do you know what you're having yet?
Not yet. She's only 9 weeks right now.
Okay.
So we praying everything goes well. She actually this past weekend, she was a part of the Miss South Carolina.
I seen you said that. That is fire.
Thank you. And I can officially say something now. We was trying to keep it a secret the whole time. But no, she competed, man. She did come in second runner up, so third place out the whole competition as she's pregnant. She's going through a hard time.
Wow.
She almost dropped out the day before.
Not feeling good?
Not feeling well. She having all the I'm not having
sickness.
Anything, so
listen, bless her heart. Bless her heart.
Yeah, but she did very well.
That's beautiful.
I'm proud of her. I love her to death. Shout out to Alex.
That is so dope. That makes me emotional. Love is love, man. That's what life is about. And I love the fact that you said you want to provide for your family. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to tell me your age, but my son is 30 and he got married in 2022 and they haven't had that was like one of the best days of my life next to giving birth to him was being at his wedding, right? But it's the same thing. Like I talked to him a couple of days ago and he's doing well. You know, he goes to school at Florida State University, has a good job. He was in the military, so now he has income from that. But he said the same thing. He's like, I want to wait to have kids until I know that I can really, really provide for them. It sounds like you and my son are on very similar paths. I love it.
Yeah. Shout out to them. I'm 31.
Okay,
it's
so
cool. I don't mind that.
Similar ages.
Getting older is a blessing.
That's what I tell people. I'm 50, and I said growing old in today's generation is a flex because a lot of people aren't living to see your age or my age.
For sure.
My granny just turned 100 years old. I'm like, and she lives by herself. She still like cooks and cleans. The only thing she don't do is drive because her vision's not that good. But I'm just like, I told her she a living legend.
Shout out to Granny.
Shout out to Granny, man, 100. What else you got coming up in the works that people can be on the lookout for?
So I want to record a couple more tracks for the deluxe version of Call Me Dad 2. I just got a couple more beats that I want to put on another project we can do. We Only Live Forever Part 2. Me and the homie JayZ Jr., we cooking up some things on the song Motivation. I had to produce on there, DM, about a feature on his project he's trying to put out sometime soon. And just more features, of course. And right now that's what I'm focused on. And then whatever else hit me, I do want to drop maybe like 3 more projects for the rest of the year. Okay. Yeah, including the deluxe version.
Oh. So you have a lot of music in the vault right now? Or are you just consistently creating?
I kind of like record as I go. Like, okay, this is this project. I go listen to the beat. These beats sound cohesive. This is a project.
Understood.
And I'll just write to it, or
dope.
Do it like that.
So everybody, make sure you go check out the record called Scarface, featuring Currency with R Dotta. You know what I'm saying? Go check that out. A visualizer coming soon. We're manifesting it. You know, all that.
Put that together, man.
Where can people follow you out on your socials?
I'm everywhere: Instagram, Twitter, or X, YouTube, Facebook, all of that. RDOTTA 843. That's R Dotta 843. You gonna see my real name, Rashad Taylor. I'm trying to be as transparent as real with y'all.
I love it.
You search R Dotta, Rashad Taylor's gonna pop up. That's me.
There you go. Yeah. Listen, I'm the same way. Like my email signature, I got my government name. I'm like, I ain't got nothing to hide.
I mean, to be completely honest with you,
if
it's bad energy, we got guns for that.
Facts. Nah, for real. And he ain't afraid to use it if he needs to. I know you have a lot of people that love you, support you. Who do you want to give thanks to? Give a shout out to?
First again, thank you and shout out to God. My parents, my wife. I got so many friends, family, man. I don't know if I'm gonna go down the whole list, but I'm gonna shout out 5 people max, right? Yeah. So shout out to DJ Illadell, Raven Green with New Moon Visuals, my dog DJ Scrib, JayZ Jr., who's also featured on the project. Oh, let me shout out the features. There we go. Shout out Currency. Shout out Mike Brown, Diamond Love, the producer DM. All of them, man. Thank you. I love y'all to death, man. I couldn't do this without y'all. So all my homies who aren't here, whether incarcerated or, just in the grave, man, I wish nothing but God is shining His light on y'all, and we keep pushing, man, to the whole city, Charleston. We getting out of here sometime soon, man. Somebody from here
going up and through there. It's gonna be you. We're manifesting it.
Yeah. I wanna be that one for sure.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure we do it the right way.
There you go. That's super important because then you can leave your legacy and open those doors for other people from your city. I love it. That's dope, man. I got one last question for you. We live.
Industry.
Big industry's most wanted, not the little one.
Wanted.
Tell everybody what makes you the industry's most wanted.
Makes me the industry's most wanted. I'm the people's champ, man. Everybody love me, man. It's not just the industry wants me. The people want me. And they want to see me do well.
I love it. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. This is cool, man. I love it.
Bringing that good energy, positive vibes, all that. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you. My family asked me if I was nervous. I said, nah, I'm not nervous. This is more, this is thrilling to me. I love doing this.
You did a great interview. You're the type of artist that I wouldn't mind sitting down with all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll come back next week.
Yeah, come on back. Come on through. We up out of here, y'all.
Over hoes, fuck how you took it. I'ma shoot you straight, bro. Everybody crooked. Wrist was large, but we took it. We not pussy. 61 Impala hydraulics.